Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey, Radio Bypass. We are joined once again by our good friend Ron Keel. Kind of got sort of an end of the year update when Ron was here last. The Steeler video for the new song Give Me Guitars or Give Me Death was about to be released, but wasn't out yet. So that's come out since Ron was with us last. So I thought we could talk a little bit about that and the reaction to that fine video. Hopefully you've all seen it by now. I know we all try to get everybody to watch it. And maybe a little update on a Steeler documentary and whatever else is cooking in Ron Keel world.
All that, man. Yeah, it has been one hell of a year, Ralph. Now as we're sending out Christmas cards and wishing all of our friends and you and your audience a happy holidays and Merry Christmas, looking back at, you feel like time flies by and like the year has gone by in the blink of an eye. And until you look back on it and realize, man, it's been really 10 solid months of creating the album, getting KEELWORLD to collide with planet Earth, and all of the shows that we've done from South America to Canada, across the states, back to my old stomping grounds of Hollywood, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Arizona, and of course my current hometown, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I just did my last show. I think it's my last show of the year. I think. The year is almost done. I don't know when you're going to broadcast this or share it with your audience, but
I'm going to get this out before Christmas for sure.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and your audience. And I did a gig with my dear friend Lita Ford just last weekend, which was fantastic. A great way to bring it all home for the holidays. And Lita is a force of nature, a true national treasure, and a longtime friend of mine. So I was glad to end the year on a high note in my hometown here, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, at a beautiful venue called the Alliance. This place is a monument to and a sanctuary for our military veterans, which is basically joined the VFW and the American Legion. It's a beautiful 1,600 capacity venue that I had a hand in building 10 years ago when I moved to Sioux Falls. This was the reason that Renee and I moved to Sioux Falls 10 years ago, to build a business called Badlands Pawn, which has now become the Alliance. So it's my first time performing there since, 2016, I think, was when the business kind of took a turn and we all went our separate ways. But to be back on stage and actually performing for our hometown crowd was a great thrill for me. We did go back to the same venue and filmed the video for When This Is Over, which was our big hit single in 2022. But it was a great way to end the year, and the tribute to our veterans continues as my first show of 2025 is going to be in Green River, Wyoming, at a fantastic event called Music for Vets. This is an annual event that's put on by a band called Zam Trip, a local regional band there that I've been friends with them for 10 years since they were kids, and now they're all grown up and with families of their own. Right. They sponsor this event. They perform at the event. They'll be backing me up at this gig in Green River, Wyoming. It's just a great cause, and each year the number goes up. I remember, I think I did it 2021 maybe, and we raised $30,000 for the vets. And now they've gone on to break that record every year. The number gets bigger. So I'm looking forward to going back to Green River, Wyoming, and raising the bar even higher this year. And the money goes directly to support the local veterans in that region, on the bill with Royal Bliss, which is a great band. And looking forward to getting 2025 started on stage in Green River, Wyoming on January 4th.
That's awesome. Man, you are always doing something cool for a good cause. Yeah, I love that.
Well, there are a lot of good causes out there, man. And our veterans are one of those causes that are near and dear to my heart. I never served in the military, but I've tried to serve our veterans and our military personnel the best I can by raising money and awareness for PTSD, a charity that I work closely with, Guitars for Vets. We put the healing power of music into the hands of our heroes by providing free guitars and free guitar lessons to our military veterans with PTSD. And, I'll do whatever I can to support them. As you probably know, my Patreon page, patreon.com/Ron Keel, offers a discount for all military veterans, past and present. So
Right.
you gotta try and give back any way that you possibly can. This goes back to really when I was working for the Department of Defense in 1998, 1999. I got to tour the military bases all over Europe and the Mediterranean and entertain these men and women that serve our country, and developing those personal relationships and seeing what they go through and how they live and how they fight. And they're an inspiration to me. So I'm glad to give back any chance I get.
Yeah, that's great, Ron. That's really, really good. Because I feel the same way. I didn't serve either. I just missed Vietnam.
Yeah.
Thankfully for me, I guess. But I always admire those that do serve and have served and do serve. So I think it's great when I see causes to benefit them.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great event. And unfortunately, I can't take the whole band because it's a benefit and the travel expenses are too steep. We want to make sure the money goes to the vets and not, to the airfare for flying my musicians. So I'm using Dave Cawthorn, lead guitar player for Ron Keel Band, and Zamtrip backing me up on probably 5 or 6 big Keel hits like The Right to Rock, and just looking forward to getting the year started properly. And who knows where the rest of 2025 will take me. I've got a big show at Kickin' Up Country. It's a country music festival with some big heavyweight names. Last time we were there, we opened for Alabama. But they have a rock night on Wednesday to kick off the festival. It's a 4-day event. And Wednesday's the rock night. And I've done that gig a couple of times. This year it's going to be Ace Frehley and Ron Keel on June 11th in Carlsbad, Minnesota. So that's one of the big summer highlights we're looking forward to.
That's great. Well, maybe Ronnie Lee Keel can make an appearance there too. He's got a new track on that KEELWORLD album that's pretty damn good.
Well, I think he'll be there. You never know. Around the campfire after the gig, he just might rear his ugly head with a cowboy hat on.
There you go. Well, that's
Right
awesome.
now, my beanie. I think my head's getting big, man. My beanie's stretching out.
Oh, it looks okay from what I can tell.
Gotta make sure we're straight here.
It looks good, Ron. Pretty
Thanks, buddy.
fancy. It's much fancier than my Sturgis cap. I just have the baseball cap. But anyway, no, that's great. And I know when we talked in October too, I know you said there's a lot of music in the pipeline, so guessing that'll keep you busy some of 25 as well if you continue to record.
Well, yeah, I'm going to continue. I'd like to release some more videos from the KEELWORLD album, which we're very proud that you have been very supportive of. We appreciate that.
Love
The
it.
vinyl edition is now available at rfkmediashop.com. Beautiful blue vinyl.
It is.
Really,
Okay.
really proud of this. And of course, you mentioned the Steeler video, which is last time we talked, that video had not been released yet. But to get that response and that reaction, this thing, you got 50,000 views, which these are legit views, not paid views. You can go on these websites and buy as many views as you want. You can buy Facebook followers and Instagram likes and all that stuff. We don't do any of that. Everything you see, every number you see from me and my team is legit. And we earned every view, every play, and really proud of the fact. And every Monday, I get the sales report from our distributor, Amplified Distribution. You get your Monday sales report, and I'm really, really proud that KEELWORLD, the album, has now surpassed 50,000 paid digital downloads on iTunes. And
Excellent.
to me, that's a milestone. Getting 50K, and who knows how many illegal bootleg downloads we've had, because you can probably quadruple that number if you go figure out who's gotten the album illegally or downloaded it for free. So I'm really proud of that. It used to be that 500,000 was a big deal. That's a gold record, right? Nowadays, 50,000, we'll celebrate every victory we possibly can. So I'm really proud
Absolutely.
that the fans have embraced this record and listened to it and enjoyed what we created. And as you did mention, now looking back on the year as we do this end of the year recap, the movie appearance and 2 movies. Actually, one's a documentary, American Metal, The Legend of Steeler, coming out in 2025. It's the story of Steeler, which features interviews with all the guys in the band and music industry execs and some of our rock star friends and peers who grew up listening to that record. And it was an influence on them. And they're talking about what that music meant to them at the time, and also a starring role in a film called Beginning of the End. And I did bring my prop this time. I usually forget that for interviews, but I
Nice.
I portray in this movie, and
I
this
don't know
is
if
an
you can
acting
see
role.
this very
Oh,
good,
there
but
you go. Right on. Very cool. I portray. It's not a rock star role. It's the guy next door. I'm an ex Marine, diesel mechanic. This a single dad living next door, and I don't want to give away too much of the plot, so you don't know if I'm a good guy or a bad guy. You're gonna have to watch the movie to find out.
okay.
And
Well,
this
I
is the crowbar. This is the actual crowbar that I used in the film. And every time I talk about it, I go, man, I wish I had the crowbar handy for the interview so I could demonstrate. And I had a couple of fight scenes in the movie. I might have told you about that last time, where I kick ass on a couple of young punks, and and I don't want to give you the outcome, but I'm very proud of the results of those fight scenes because I uh, I escaped with minimal bruises and broken bones, but it was a blast. Doing that film, and gosh, so looking back on the year, so much has happened, and we've done so much, and it seems like the year you'd think it just flew by, but man, March 18th, our first show of the year, back up was St. Patrick's Day, seems like a decade ago at this point. When you're
bet.
supposed to get on Christmas and New Year's Eve, you look back and you go, man, it was a good year. I'm really proud of the support that we've gotten from the media, people like yourself, and the fans who are enjoying the music and just following along on this crazy journey that I've been very, very thankful for all the opportunities. So I appreciate people that enjoy the entertainment that we provide, whether it's a movie, a documentary film, and a brutal horror flick like Beginning of the End,
I'm scared.
or
I'm scared.
the new album KEELWORLD. So I'm really, really thankful for the opportunities and the people that are enjoying what we do.
And that's just your artistic side. But 24 seemed like a pretty busy year for RFK Media and some of the other musicians you support. Like I know Crashing Wayward had a pretty good 2024 as well.
They did. They did a
So,
lot of tour dates coast to coast, and we have just finished up the new album from The Fifth, featuring Roy Cathy. This record has been in the works for a couple of years now, and we signed them. That was the first act that we signed to RFK Media. So to finally have that record finished, the album's called We Are One, and it is some really powerful, in your face rock and roll with amazing vocals and songs and musicianship. So to finally have that done and coming out on the release schedule in early 2025 is a big victory for us. Signing a couple of other acts as well. We've just signed Roy Cathy to a solo album deal. So he's going to be doing a solo album for RFK Media in 2025, which features an all-star cast of musicians and songwriters, and hopefully some more videos from KEELWORLD. I would like to do a music video for every song on this record. It's a very cinematic release. This album, as you know, and your audience knows from you pushing it and playing it for them, it's a very diverse record that includes metal, country music, and everything in between. So I think every song on this album deserves a video when we get time, and we're going to stretch this out. I mean, there's no shelf life for music. We create it and release it with the intention that it will live forever.
well, every song on there is timeless too, really.
Thank you.
Really, they're such good songs. We talked about that the last time. But while you're talking about videos for every song from it, we talked about the Sealer video that's out now. When you were here last time, you had mentioned that there was another video that had been shot for too, not live band performance like this one. And it sounded like you were planning on releasing that at some point as well.
That's correct. We did two versions of the Steeler video. One, they're both the performance clips, but one is computer enhanced with a lot of computer effects where he could take us and put us in the desert or in a church or in a graveyard or whatever. So there's a lot of CG involved in that. I chose the performance clip just because to me it was more real, more authentic. It's raw. It's just the four guys in the band kicking ass, as opposed to all the bells and whistles and computer generated tricks. That other version is really cool. It looks great. And we'll probably include that in the package with the documentary film.
Yeah, yeah. You had alluded to that last time that might be the way to go. So that's cool. Yeah, I hope you do Do. I shouldn't say that. I hope you do create some more videos though for Keel World because as we discussed last time, I mean, this really covers, your whole career, all aspects of it with all new material though, but covering Keel and Ron Keel and Ronnie Lee Keel, et cetera, et cetera. It's just, to me, this is just a pinnacle for you with this record. And I wanted to ask about, we talked about this last time. Was it? No, we did cover that. The Emerald Sabbath, we did cover that. Just making sure I didn't
So we
forget.
always talk about Black Sabbath and the Emerald Sabbath track and all that. And back to the subject of videos, it really depends on the song and what the song really deserves. For instance, we have a song on the record called Hard on the Outside, Heart on the Inside, which is one of my favorite tracks off the record. It was a single released earlier this year. And I just felt the lyrics were so strong and the message was so important that we created a lyric video for that as opposed to a full performance clip so that you could actually see those lyrics and get the message of what the song is all about. So we'll do some more lyric videos, some more visualizers like the Children of the Grave video that's available now on YouTube. And of course, you and your audience can always find all this stuff at ronkeel.com, rfkmedia.com, and on our YouTube channel.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's awesome. Let's see, what else are we missing? Are we missing anything that we didn't talk about? We talked about, the video. Yeah, I mean, as far as things that we didn't cover in October, I think we're kind of up to date.
How about Rockin' Pod? Are you going to go? Am I going to see you at Rockin' Pod this
I
year?
know you. You mentioned that. I haven't committed. Are you committed now? Are you going for sure?
I can't say anything yet. No, the announcement hasn't been made, but I would love to attend if they would plan to invite me. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll be there. So no official announcement at this time, Ralph. But it's Nashville Rockin' Pod. It's an amazing event where people like you and I and all of our other podcast friends, people in the industry, vendors that sell CDs and albums, other rock stars and celebrity personalities. It's a great event. So I sure hope that I'll see you and a lot of other good friends in Nashville for Rockin' Pod this April.
Well, the chance to hang out with Ron Keel, I mean, you might twist my arm a little bit to get me out there.
Well, it's a great event. I'm really proud of them for keeping it going all these years. And so, I'm just like we support our veterans, we got to support the podcast community as well. People like yourself to keep this music alive and help us get our message across to the fans and the audience and the listeners and viewers. It means a lot to us.
And while we're on that subject, you've got your radio show, and I know you've done a podcast. Are you still doing the podcast pretty regularly, or is
the
that
podcast? I'm way behind. I mean, I've got tons of interviews in the can that really need to be released on the podcast edition of my Streets of Rock and Roll show. It's called the Ron Keel Podcast. You can subscribe on any of your podcast outlets, Spotify and so forth. And I love doing that. I love being on your side of the microphone where I get to interview my heroes and talk the rock. And I will keep doing broadcasting, radio, podcasting, all that. It's in my blood. It's in my heart. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that it is. That it is. And I consider it a blessing, even though it's a lot of work sometimes. I just so enjoy being able to talk music. Music's the just like for you being a musician, I just can't play it. It just doesn't come out of my hands, and I certainly don't have a singing voice. But what it does in my soul and deep inside, it's just everything. I couldn't.
Yeah, for me, Ralph, it's very much the same as a gig. And whether I'm being interviewed like you're talking to me right now, and I'm appearing on your show, when I interview other authors, movie stars, rock stars, celebrity singers, whatever, it's very much like a gig. You're a little nervous before it starts,
Right.
and then you click record and you go, and it's just like jumping out of an airplane or going on stage doing a performance. So and I was the same way, Ralph. I've been up for I think 15 hours, and this is the last Friday of the business year before Christmas. So it was absolutely nonstop, and I am beat up, run ragged at this point, 14 hours after I got up and had my first cup of coffee and sat down to go to work. And then, like I said, you click go, and here I am having fun talking about music to one of my friends and your audience and your listeners. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of worse jobs we could be doing, especially here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it's 10 degrees outside right now and it's snow and ice.
I was just
So
going to
I'm
say, have
glad
you
to
had
be.
a lot of snow so far this
Not
year?
a lot. It's not as much as you'd think.
That's good.
We get a couple of big blizzard storms every year, and that usually sticks around. Once you get that one big snow that's 2, 3 feet deep, it stays because everything's frozen. The snow doesn't melt
Right,
until
right.
April. So we're waiting on that first big blast. It hasn't quite arrived yet, but we're sliding around the roads a little bit, man. You gotta take it slow, keep it between the lines.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's one thing I miss a lot of things about Chicago, but dealing with snow, I do
Oh my
not miss
goodness.
being in California.
Yeah, Chicago's brutal, man. And I love Chicago, but man, I've had so many gigs there that were canceled because of the weather. And you're just sitting in a
Yeah,
hotel room and the snow is over the window. You're on the first floor of the hotel and there's nothing but snow in the window. I mean, literally 6 feet. And you're just, unfortunately, you can't even get to the gig. So many of my
right.
Chicago gigs have been canceled. Looking forward to the Bears Lions game this weekend. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and they'll have 3 or 4 feet of snow for the NFL action this weekend.
Yeah, that's quite possible. All right. Well, I think what we should do, Ron, is we should play something at the end of this from Keel World.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
Yeah, buddy.
Last time, of course, we did Give Me Guitars and Give Me Death or Give Me Death because that was about to come out, the video. So we should probably pick something different this time around. Any choices off of the wonderful Keel World release?
Well, it depends on your audience and what they will like and what they'll enjoy. But I've had so many compliments on the lead track. The first song on the record is called Hollywood,
Hollywood.
which
Yeah,
to
beautiful
me
song.
really combines all the elements of my personality musically into one. Uh, it's not a country song. It's not a metal song. I'm not sure if it's a Southern rock song, but it's certainly a Ron Keel song. So I'm really proud of that one. Let's share that with your viewers and listeners and see what they think.
All right, that's what we'll do then. Yeah, Ron, this album is so good. I mean, it's amazing to me. I think we touched on this last time too, that you still have so much gas in the tank because you're still writing great songs. And this package, this Keel World package, I put it up there against anything that
And that means a
has
lot.
been
Thank you.
successful for you. And
I appreciate
maybe
that.
as much as I love some of the Keel stuff and everything, and some of your biggest successes were great songs. But I don't know, man. I think this stuff is just amazing too. This record has just been one of my favorites. I don't think I have the CD in here with me right now, but I did order and have the physical too. That just having the digital wasn't enough, so I had to order the physical too because that's how much I love this album.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very special to me, and it is the album of a lifetime. And I don't know if I could follow it, but we're just enjoying the ride right now. This record's got a long shelf life, and we're going to keep coasting straight ahead into 2025 with some new videos. And hopefully, I'll get to catch up with you again soon. And I'm sure we'll talk either in person, maybe in Nashville, or
Maybe.
on Radio Bypass. I appreciate you, man. You are awesome. Thank you for the support, for your friendship, and for sharing our music and our message with your audience.
Absolutely, Ron. Pleasure. Thanks for coming to end our year on a nice note. You'll be one of our very last folks that we talk to this year.
Well, I appreciate that. Twice in one year is an honor and a pleasure. I appreciate you and live the rock, man. And I can't wait till I'll come back. We'll come back when the movie comes out and we can do a little viewing party or something, and you can see me wield the crowbar for real.
I like that idea.
All
We'll
right,
do
buddy.
it. All right, Ron. Thank you so much, everybody. Ron Keel. Again, as you heard, you know where to go. RonKeel.com, RFKmedia.com. If you, for some reason, haven't already picked up Keel World, which you should have, but if you haven't, you need to get it. So it's maybe a little too late for Christmas delivery, but could still be kind of a belated Christmas present. It's a killer record. And now from Keel World, check out our friend Mr. Keel with Hollywood.
Girl, you got those starry eyes, looking all Los Angeles, way uptown for a girl from South Dakota. You might think I'm from the hills, but I got plans and I got skills, and all new things, nobody will to have you. Let the moonlight spotlight shine on down. Let me take you out of this nowhere town. I'll be your Hollywood, make you a superstar. Don't move, you're looking good, stay right there where you are. Gonna make you feel like your name's in lights, bigger than the letters on the Tinseltown sign. I'll be your Hollywood, yes I could. I'll be your Hollywood. We don't need no Sunset Strip, no California power trip. This town in me's got what it takes to make you feel like you're